probably like $50,000, $60,000, depending on like what model you get. Yeah, okay, good. Generally $50,000, $60,000. Promotion. Okay, and maybe I should have put more of a like I should have put more of like a reason why we're doing this. So let's pretend that the product you're giving me, let's pretend that you work for that company, okay? So you work in the marketing team in BMW, okay? So the reason we're doing this, we're having a meeting about this product. Basically, we want to make this product better. So to start, we need to just the basics of what is this product, what are we doing? So that's what we're kind of talking about. That's why we're doing this exercise right now. We're trying to think in the way that a marketing strategist would think if they were trying to sell their products to a lot of people, okay? So we're talking about a BMW, costs about $50,000, $60,000 for a car. Promotions, okay? So how are you going to communicate this product to your customers? First, let's talk about who is your target customer.
Very high-end people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would you describe high-end? Like what? Give me a characteristic of someone that's high-end.
An executive.
Okay.
Doctor.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So those are their professions, maybe, right? And they make what would their household income be per year? Like maybe $150,000 a year or more. So in a lot of times in marketing and advertising, you'll hear household income is a word that's used a lot. HHI is like the kind of abbreviation, right? So when we're talking about targets, one of the first things you talk about is age. When you're targeting someone, what is the age range and what is their household income? That's huge, right? Because if you want to take money from someone, right, if you want to get their money because they're buying your product, you want to figure out how much money that person has and how much they can spend on your product, right? So, okay, so you're going to be targeting people that make, a household income of about $150,000 or more, right? These are professional people, doctors, lawyers, whatever. We don't need to get that specific. And maybe there are people that live in probably the suburbs. We're probably not going to target people that live in cities that much, right? I mean, maybe. But let's just say, we want to target people that live in the suburbs because most people that live in cities use public transportation, right? So let's say people in the suburbs, maybe someone that has one or two kids, because if we're a sedan, right, sedan is a bigger car. Usually it's not for two people. Someone that maybe has one or two kids, lives in the suburbs, household income $150,000 more. Okay. And their age, we would guess who's buying a BMW. How old are they?
30s to 50s.
I think that's right. Yeah, maybe late 30s to late 50s. Okay, great. So how are you going to promote? And what I wanted to say is that, if anyone has ideas, they can, they can say them too. How would you promote that product? As a marketing executive at BMW Incorporated, how are you going to reach that target audience? What would you do? So here, you have all of these tools at your disposal. And the company, BMW is giving you a $50 million budget. Okay, so you can advertise, you can do media planning, you can do public relations, you can do community involvement, you can do sales strategy. But these are all very, specific words. What do you think? How do you think that you would want to promote BMW?
I'd say so. Yeah, I often look at the advertisement of the BMW TV advertising commercials, or they're doing the sponsor of the big sport event.
Great, great example. BMW, this is something we haven't talked about yet, right? Because we've all been talking about advertisements and magazines, but exactly, a huge thing, a huge marketing thing. This is something I do in my job a lot. This is when somebody says marketing, right? They usually mean this: promotions. Okay, so doing sponsorships and partnerships with different organizations that in some way have a similar target to you, have a similar mission to you. And when you combine those two things, you're collectively reaching your target audience. So somebody would think BMW and sports, how does that really work? But it does, right? So when BMW markets their cars at sporting events, for example, they have on the back of the seats, they have like a little BMW sign, whatever, or they have like a billboard, or during intermission there's a BMW commercial, or maybe the Budweiser booth in the corner there has is sponsored by BMW. All of these things are promotions, right? They're ways to promote your product, to include. You're basically trying to be like, you're including your product into people's surroundings to get your brand out there as much as possible. Does that make sense? Right? And that is something that's like endless, because you could think of a million ways to do that. There's so many different ways that you can incorporate your product into things that people are already doing. So we know that people go to sporting events, like 1 million people are going to watch this sporting event on Saturday. As a marketing person at BMW, you create a partnership with whatever, Major League Baseball, let's say it's a baseball game. And you try to figure out how, this relationship of, first you try to figure out, do you have the same audience, are you trying to target the same people, and how is that relationship going to be mutually beneficial to both of you? So why is it good for that sporting event you're talking about, say baseball or baseball event? Why is it good for them to partner with BMW? What do they get out of it?
Also, you asked me the connection between BMW and the sporting.
Yeah, basically, we know why BMW wants to do it, because they're reaching 1 million people. 1 million people or whatever, lots of million, more than 1 million, but let's say 1 million people are watching this game on Saturday. So when BMW has their, when the seats are branded in their name, and when there's a billboard, and when, the players are wearing like little BMW, whatever, on their sports jerseys, BMW is getting their brand name out there, right? And people, when they're watching that, they're connecting BMW with baseball. And that's a good connection, because people are watching baseball, they love baseball, and these are also people that drive cars, and they see BMW, and next time they go to buy a car, they might think of BMW, right? This is how BMW hopes that you think, right? It's obviously not like A to B, right? There's not a straight line. Oh, I see a commercial for BMW on baseball channel, I'm going to buy BMW. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, but it's indirect. It's always kind of like indirect, having the message out there somewhere. Okay, sorry, I want to interact with you guys a little bit more. I'm sorry if I'm just talking a lot. But this is really interesting, right? The way that companies infiltrate our minds with their messaging, right? It's really, it's interesting what they do, and different ways that they're able to partner with other companies to just kind of spread their message, Yeah.
So if we were taking an event like the US Open, so like the tennis event, and it's like very international, so that's great for BMW because they can market. But then, so I guess the benefit for, the USTA or whatever that hosts that event is that maybe they could get BMW like sponsors from like competitions or events, like events.
Exactly. Exactly. It's an exchange of money. Right. USDA wants money. They can sponsor. Yeah, go ahead.
That works. I was just.
What have you seen? I know you're a tennis guy.
Oh no, yeah, I'm
so
a huge tennis guy.
I know. What kind of things have you seen at tennis? Not who sponsors the USDA and the US Open?
So the USTA, which stands for United States Tennis Association, right? So they're located in Verona, Flushing Meadows, but they host the US Open,
yeah.
Where it's a big tennis event. It's in Queens actually, and then all these famous tennis players come from many different countries. So it's also very international. And then I think that's because there's plenty of great sporting events, but I like that one in particular because it's very international, and a lot of corporations are involved. So for example, when you see seats, right? Let's say baseball, football, or whatever, you can get courtside seats, or you can get seats really close to the players. But in this case, they have these special boxes right? They call them like corporate boxes or whatever. Where like, for example, IBM, like a big company like IBM, you can just buy the IBM box, and then like you'll have the company name like just basically as part of the stadium, and then like I guess whatever high net worth individuals bought that box would be able to advertise. I think it works really well because like I went to one of those boxes one time and it was just fantastic. So I think it.
Is everything branded in those boxes?